Hi, welcome to Insights with Dana Oakley-Samard. My last couple of videos have been looking at examples of inauthenticity that we can see on our television shows in the characters that we love and watch all the time. Today, for my last video about authenticity and inauthenticity, I found a really great example of authenticity, and so I thought it'd be a nice way to kind of tie that up. So the episode I'd like to talk about today is from Downton Abbey, and it's season 2, the Christmas special. So the example that I found here was quite wonderful when I saw it, and I knew I needed to come and talk about it. So it involves Daisy and Mr. Mason. So Daisy is sort of the lowest end kitchen aide, I guess, kitchen assistant, I'm not sure what her official title is, in the Downton kitchen. And sort of there's this other lady's maid that comes, Mrs. Shore, I believe it is, and she comes to stay at Downton for a brief time and starts kind of putting ideas into Daisy's head about how she's not being really appreciated very much, and might be being taken for granted, and how perhaps she could be promoted and even work as a sous chef in London or a head chef in a different house. So Daisy gets to thinking about this, and she starts to kind of agree, and looking around at Miss Patmore and how she's treated by Miss Patmore, which, to be fair, on most days isn't that compassionately. But Mrs. Shore starts to talk to Daisy about all of these things, getting these ideas in Daisy's head, and kind of encourages her to do some fairly passive-aggressive approaches in order to kind of get more results from Mrs. Patmore. So Daisy starts acting like she's being taken advantage of. She kind of brings it up to Mrs. Patmore, but in a way that's got lots of impatience and attitude behind it. She's complaining a lot. I think at one point she even tries going on strike so that Miss Patmore will take her more seriously and give her some more credit and more appreciation. So these are passive-aggressive strategies in that they're not actually, Daisy's not actually saying what she feels. Again, this is an example of inauthenticity. Not saying how she feels. She's letting her, all the stuff that's not being said, motivate and drive her angry, kind of agitated behavior. So she takes a day off or half a day off or something and goes to visit Mr. Mason on his farm. Now, this is the first time that she's going to visit him since William, Mr. Mason's son, passed away. So this is now her father-in-law. And she talks to him a little bit about how she's been feeling at the kitchen, and Mrs. Patmore and Mrs. Shore, and he does something amazing. He says to her, and it's so wonderful, it's in such wonderful fatherly advice, and he says to her that what Daisy needs to do is to go to Mrs. Patmore, and if she really believes that she's worth more than the way she's being treated, and she's worthy of maybe a raise and of a promotion, she needs to go to Mrs. Patmore and be clear. She needs to tell Mrs. Patmore exactly what she believes she's worth and exactly what she wants. And she needs to sort of fend her case, and she needs to not answer back and take on an attitude, which is what she had been trying up to this point. So what she does is she goes back and does the exact thing that Mr. Mason encourages. So he encourages Daisy to be authentic, put it out there. Tell Miss Patmore what you want. Be honest, be clear, be genuine, not full of anger and full of resentment and full of, spite and all this other stuff, because that never gets us anywhere. That kind of just makes things more difficult. Because as she was trying to do all those things that Miss Shore encouraged her to do, she was getting in more trouble with Miss Patmore, and she was actually finding herself being increasingly more dissatisfied because none of these tactics were working. So the beauty about Mr. Mason's advice is it's honest, it's simple, and it's clear. She went back to Downton Abbey, she did this, she talked to Miss Patmore, she asked politely, with respect and clearly, what she wants and what she believes she's worth, and Miss Patmore said that she didn't have any problem with this, and if the budget allowed for it, she would get a raise, and she could be promoted to assistant chef. So it really worked out quite well, and it was actually a really simple and short conversation, and Miss Patmore was so appreciative of Daisy's approach this time around versus what she had been doing before. And it's really wonderful for Daisy to see how effective that was, and for the rest of us, I think, too, that when we just notice what we feel, know what we want, and we actually just take the risk and go ask for it, when we're being respectful, when we're still maintaining the dignity of ourselves and of others, and when we're being honest and really talking about the issue that we're struggling with, people respond so much better. They're less defensive, we're less defensive. We are more likely to get the results that we want. And I thought that this was a fantastic example of that exact thing. So that's my example of authenticity on TV. So thanks so much for watching this video. This will be my last post about authenticity. Stay tuned for a brand new theme. Thanks so much.